Hi guys, take three. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's feeling great. I hope that everybody's accepting themselves, whether they're feeling great or not. I always start my videos with, I hope you're feeling great. I hope you're feeling good. And I think that reflects a lot of what I am about to speak today. I hope that you're doing however the fuck you're doing and that you're just loving yourself through it. That's really what I gotta say. Um, I wrote a little something, so I'm gonna start with that. No song today. And then it's midnight today. I'm starting to tell you guys the date so that you guys can kind of keep track of the dates because these videos are not going to be uploaded for like another month or so. Um, Today is September 21st, and this is what I wrote. I'm feeling shitty with nowhere to run. I've got one option, and it's not to hide. I'm feeling shitty, and there's no one to hook up with and no blunt to spark. I'm feeling shitty. I'm left on the raw. There's no one to blame and nothing to hide. I've got to learn to be okay with my sad, to handle my truth, to shine light in my dark. I'm feeling shitty, and that's all I got. And I'm not saying that I'm always depressed and that I'm always feeling shitty. The emotions, something that I'm learning about myself is that my emotions are temporary. My emotions don't identify me, but it's easier said than fucking done. And that's one other thing that I'm going to talk about today. So, unconditional love for myself. Wow, that sounds fucking great. Put on paper like, yeah, love yourself, be unconditional for it. Okay. Do I love myself unconditionally? I don't know. I definitely want to. I often find myself only giving myself love when I feel that I'm doing or that I'm dealing with my emotions in a healthy way. If I don't feel like I'm dealing with my emotions in a healthy way, then I'm hard on myself and I make myself think that I'm not doing something right. And therefore, I don't get that love. I do talk to myself kindly, and I'm developing this language for myself where I'm like, it's okay, everything's gonna be fine. But the reality of it is, let me just keep telling you guys a little more. I often I often find myself only giving myself love when I feel that I am dealing with my emotions in a healthy way, and often the standards involve feeling happy. If I don't feel happy, then I'm not really loving myself. I'm trying to talk myself out of feeling a certain way. I'm trying to talk myself using all those healthy coping mechanisms to deal with my emotions. But at what point does dealing with my emotions becomes suppressing my emotions? At what point using these mechanisms that to my standards and expectations of this moment in time are to be happy all the time? That that's like my thing. It's like, okay, I have all of this, like I do my breathing exercises, I'm nice to myself, I tell myself it's okay. I i said to myself, allow yourself to feel however you want, but there's a thin line between that and the unnecessary pain that I cause myself. There's this program that I did, the 8-step Buddhist recovery, that said that there is times where we cause ourselves unnecessary pain. And it's just like, okay, well, I already have enough fucking pain. I don't want to put myself through unnecessary pain. You know, I watched this video by Dorota Stansky, Dorota, last name Stanczyk. And Mind Valley is just something I found on YouTube. And in less than 5 minutes, this beautiful woman just talked about how she decided that she was going to love herself unconditionally. And I'm like, at that moment, I need it. So I'm like eating it up. And I'm like, oh, great, great. I'm going to love myself unconditionally. Great, great, great. And then the realistic part of myself is like, how the fuck do you do that? How the fuck do I do that? How the fuck do I love myself unconditionally? I don't fucking know. I think I know. I think I'm trying it, but am I really doing it? So I'm not here telling you guys that I love myself unconditionally, that I don't love myself unconditionally. I'm simply explaining to you guys my process. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm just telling my story, Cardi B. you know, but fighting or suppressing my emotions instead of accepting them or simply feeling them. I get lost in this mazes of tools and healthy coping emotions, like I said before, and it's just like I just don't feel like that's always the right way, like I said, but at what point does this simply trying to suppress my emotions and all of that, that the only time that I give myself validation, a lot of the times I find it's when I talk myself into a happy state. And then when I talk myself into a happy state, I feel guilty that I'm happy because I'm like, did I deal with that emotion correctly? Because now I don't feel fucked up anymore. There is a part of me that is always fucking happy. I've discovered that about myself. Like, I don't know if I'm like happy, but like I have all this fucking energy. And if I'm able to talk myself out of these things in my head and actually be in the present moment, when I'm in the present moment, I'm really fucking happy. Like when I'm in the present moment, my energy becomes positive and it just takes over me. So this is like, I know this sounds like a lot and it's like, where the fuck is he going with this? I don't know where the fuck I'm going with this. I really fucking don't. I'm just welcoming you guys to the maze in my head and what my questions pondering are in this journey that I am and discovering what self-love looks like and what it is, you know? Um, but I make my notes as always. Immediately get to a happy or calm state of mind. Yeah, so like I said, like I try to do this thing so that I can do that. And what I'm starting to learn is that it's for my best interest that I just allow myself to feel it. So like now I challenge myself to just feel the emotion and just say like, you know what, just fucking sit in it. Just sit in the emotion. And then I kind of feel better. So like, is that how it's supposed to work? Is that what processing emotions feels like? Or it might just have not been through enough pain? Like, I don't fucking know. Like I just don't know. Like I do remember that I've been through really sad moments in my life. Maybe my life just hasn't been that sad lately. Maybe I just don't recognize when I'm happy. Maybe I just don't recognize that I am truly in a really happy state of my life right now, that not a lot can get to me, and that those things that get to me, I'm actually able to get myself out of that in my head, and I can recognize that happiness in front of me, and I can recognize that this shit is actually working. Maybe that's it. I don't fucking know. Maybe I'm addicted to chaos. Oh wait, I am. I made a video about that. I don't know. This is so new and different for me. Um, I have another one. Not allowing myself to feel shitty, and because I don't feel that if I don't feel like I'm succeeding in life if I'm trapped in my head. Like I don't think I really know what it's like to just sit there with a feeling, because every time a feeling comes into me, I I look for ways to do it. And I remember like I was in this group at Stepping Stones at the rehab that I was in, called Spiritual Concept, and this really amazing guy who used to run the or runs the group. I was telling him how I do that, and he goes, "Well, that's because you haven't allowed yourself to be uncomfortable." And I'm like, "Fuck! I want to be uncomfortable so bad." And that makes me so uncomfortable. And I'm always uncomfortable, and I'm always happy. And it's just like, it's so much. But like I said, at this point in my life, I have given myself one option. And it's not to hide. It's not to hide behind going and hooking up with people, for validation, or diving myself into a relationship that I'm not fucking ready for, to distract myself from it, or getting high or anything like that. There's nothing. There's no drink to pick up. There's no blunt to spark. There's nothing. Nothing. It's just me in this and in my head all day, every day. And like I said on the videos before, the first couple of weeks that I was sitting next to me, I was like, oh girl, this is me. Oh fuck. You know? And look at that. I spent so much time with myself and now I'm dating him. Me. Anyway, that's just what's been on my head. Thank you guys for listening. At the end of the day, we're all stars. Let's make our shine unconditional.